Hey guys, it's me again. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really sorry with the lack of videos and blog posts that has been in the recent time. I was a long time without any internet connection, and well, once I got my internet connection back, I just played a lot. So I haven't been able to make any videos, but this is a really cool video. It's from Slag. It was on ladder. I was streaming this game, so if you're watching my stream at the time, well, to be honest, I think I had like three or four viewers in that match, so I think you probably weren't watching it. But it's a really awesome match. Terran vs Zerg. It goes to a late game stage against Zerg, and I guess you can all figure out how that goes. What I'm going to be saying about this game is that I'll do my standard opening, which is it used to be a Hellion, reactor Hellions, but I've just been favoring 2 racks openings against Zerg. You see Urfi, my Zerg opponent, going for 17 hatch, and then followed by no, it was a 16 hatch followed by a 15 pool. I don't know. I don't know too much about Zerg timings. I'm scouting. I'm not actually. Yeah, I'm just not playing very quickly. As you can see, 58 PM. Must be doing something else. As you can see, 2 barracks opener, no gas. It's a very nice build against Zerg if you know when to when to stop and when to attack. It's like you will be very powerful very early on, but once your Zerg opponent gets like 12 or 14 Zerglings out, you've actually done enough damage already. And if you as long as you make you can make your opponent make Zerglings, you are doing damage. It's like they harass themselves. Now he makes 4 Zerglings to start off with, and I scouted with my SCV that there was an overload here, so I was looking for it, and I was like, yeah, free overload kill. Now that's one of the advantages. You do have map control with like 3 Marines, because you can kite Zerglings pretty well. And killing that overload is like it's a huge victory for me. He's putting down a spine crawler. He knows what's coming. He's got 6 Zerglings out. Should be making more. No, he isn't making more. He's making 2 queens in the spine, and that should be enough. Now, as I said, this is not a build where you want to win the game, and it's very hard to say when you want to pull out your Marines. But I did scout that he didn't have gas, so I was pretty happy. If you see my when he had his pool almost finished, he didn't have gas, so that means that he won't have Zergling speed in quite a while. So I'm feeling pretty confident with moving around here. And once he comes here to attack my Marines, you just kite them around, and he'll have to make more Zerglings. As you can see in the top left corner, he's making 12 Zerglings instantly. And I'm just building a bunker here because I was thinking that I could leapfrog bunkers, or I would just make him feel uneasy. As you can see, my expansion is going down, and 2 more barracks. So actually I have 4 barracks at this point, and I hadn't actually made up my mind for what I was going to do. But as you can see, my bunker push fails horribly. But I do end up killing a lot of his Zerglings, and you can see that in the income tab we're pretty much even, and he's supply blocked. So this harass is really paying off for me. Making drones. It looks like he's going for the Spanishiwa style. Yeah, no gas early on. This is so bad. If I just ran 2 Hellions right up his ramp, I could have done so much damage with these Marines. Looking back at this, I could have just walked up here, and I could probably have won the game right then and there. At least I would have been able to kill a queen, these Zerglings easily, and supply block him. And yeah, well, I didn't know that at the time. Too bad for me. What am I doing? Oh, okay. Just moving around still. Oh, he's making 20 Zerglings. Isn't that perfect? If you look at the income tab, he's got 22 drones now to my 20 Zerglings. He's probably getting his gas now. Yep. getting double gas, and he's making 20 zerglings just because I moved with my marines up here. And knowing your visitation time is pretty good. I've been working a bit on that while doing my 2 racks, but you don't want to face this with pure marine. You just can't actually. He's going for this Panishiwa style. I can see the 4 queens. If you don't know what the Panishiwa style is, it's basically just no gas until you're at like 44 food, and then you just go gas crazy, go quad gas, and you have a lot of queens for defense, and you do use more spines than one, I would say. As I said, he was pretty weak and vulnerable to any attack up his ramp. Well, I didn't know that. I wasn't about to waste a scan on it either. So looking back at my base, I'm just taking my marines and grouping them up in front of my base. Now, he doesn't have speed, so these zerglings are going to do nothing. He baits out 3 marines, he's going to kill them quite easily. But you see here that you just get into a corner and get into your bunkers, and yeah, there's nothing you can do. Landing my expansion and 5 barracks. Okay. So I did close off here, I didn't want any run-bys. 1 gas and 5 barracks, and not using the tech lab for anything. If you look at the income tab, you'll see that he is ahead of me, but not by a ridiculous margin. It's like 10 workers, and it's pretty normal at this stage of the game. I do have mules, so when my second base gets saturated, we'll be close to even. And as you can see, saturate my second base and we're around even. Researching stim pack and just still making bunkers. Don't want to die to bailing bust, like high aggression bailing bust. I did scan his base now, and if you look at my vision, you'll see that I have seen his double evo going down and his lair. So what this tells me is that he will be getting upgrades for his zerglings, and exactly that's what you can see. So the only way you can actually respond to double upgrades is by either having a lot more units than your opponent, or if you yourself have double upgrades. And that's exactly what I'll end up doing. You can't end up going too far behind on upgrades, because this will just it will just cost you in the long run, believe me. Supplies, we are pretty even. Getting my factory, and well, I think I got my factory for my armory, so I could keep upgrading my infantry. Still just moving out. Looking at the supply, I am 3 ahead, and when I move in on the creep now, I do know that he has units here, but it forces him to spend a lot of gas on rubbish, and well, my marines die a horrible death, and it's not pretty. However, if you look back at my base, I have more marines making, I have a good economy. I'm at 38 to 44 harvesters, which is a pretty small deficit. Look, 40 to 52, that's a 12 harvester deficit. It's not as big as you might think. It's usually you'll be further behind, because if you look at the income, I'm ahead of him, just because of mules, and because I'm not getting as much gas as he is. And I'm just making marines, getting a nice defensive posture. He's taking his 3rd up here. And this is a map which is where it's really hard to get a 3rd base. I have to agree with Zerg players. It's hard to secure a 3rd and even a 4th. I really just don't like this map, because I have problems securing a 3rd and 4th, and well, I do like to play macro games, and this is a good example of it. Scanned his biome. I don't agree totally with his decision to go muta here, just because he's seen that I'm going mass marine, and as you can see, I've added on 3 more barracks. So I'm producing like, how many? I have 3, 5, so I have 8 barracks, and I'll be able to produce, as you can see, 8 marines at a time then. Getting my upgrades. 1-1 is finishing. I would need to put down armory pretty soon. It's about to happen. While Urfi, my Master Zerg opponent, I didn't tell you that he's Master Zerg. I was playing on ladder, and I do play against Master players from time to time. And well, there's not much difference between top diamond and low master, to be honest. Moving out again with a ton of marines. I didn't actually have a mission here. If you look at my vision, I was in the dark. I didn't know about his third or his fourth about to happen, but I needed to find out what was happening, and I needed to make him spend his gas. Now that's the important part of this. I wouldn't recommend that you do this if you don't apply a lot of pressure. You can't just sit back, make 200 food of marines, and then push out, because you're gonna die instantly. So he's getting ready to put down his fourth here. I deny that, and just move in here to see if I can deny. Oh man, why is this queen? Okay, she was on a suicide mission, but well. So moving in, just clearing some creep tumors. I wasn't totally convinced that he was going Spanishiwa style early opening, but he obviously had a lot of queens. Now he's getting ready to own me, and well, to be honest, this army is gonna beat my army any time of the day. But I will group up with the rest of my marines. If you look at the unit station, I have 61 marines now. That number is gonna change drastically any moment. It's really hard to micro these many marines when you don't have tanks, because there's nothing soaking the damage or stopping the zerglings from catching up with you. So basically, what you'll see is that when I start microing my marines, it's really hard to get a nice spread. He goes from my he cleans house pretty good there, and it's looking pretty bad for me, to be honest. He's got his fourth base up. If you look at the income tab, he's only at 60 drones. Now, if you think about that, we're at the 15-minute mark in the game, and he's got 60 drones. He's got less drones than I have SCVs. Now that is a bit strange, isn't it? Because I've been losing a lot of forces. But the point of this is that I've been losing so much units, but he has been spending units because he had to make banelings to kill me. He would never have killed all that with only zerglings. So I'm continuing making mass marine, and about this time is when I start making my medevacs. I'm getting 2-2 now, and I know now that I just need to deny expansions. At least that's what I think I need to do. Still producing SCVs at a constant rate, and 2-2 is almost finished. Stim, run in, kill the queen. And just as the expansion pops, I get it down. That's pretty good timing. I'm just lucky. And losing all my marines. Supply deficit around 40 supply, 35 supply. He's getting his fourth back here. I'm putting down 2 more bases, keeping my minerals low. He is not. I'd say that it's really hard to keep your minerals low, but Zerg, but when you're on 4 bases, 3 bases, there really is no excuse. I think that he should be a bit more on the ball with his lava injects. This queen, for instance, has 90 energy. She's missed a lot of injects, as well as this queen. And just flying my bases out to secure them. And while I do that, I'll distract his attention this way. Getting 3-3 at the same time as he is getting his 3-3. And we won't be at any advantage or disadvantage when it comes to upgrades. Now he's going to go harass with his mutas, but I really don't care, because I have some SCVs to lose, to be honest. I'm at 72 and I should stop making them, but I just I guess I don't. Running up here, getting slaughtered. Yeah, I really got slaughtered there. As you can see, he didn't actually do any damage. I've still got like 70 SCVs. Let's see if I lose many now. Yeah, I did lose quite a bit there. But his mutas are dying, and it's not a pretty sign. As I said, it was a bad decision to go mutas, if you ask me. I'm around 60 harvesters now, where I want to be. Securing my third, which is really important. I had the free time to do so. I should be securing my fourth anytime soon. I don't think this is a good expansion for me, just because he can roll his banelings in and kill it, but I don't know, maybe it would be a good expansion to take eventually, but I don't know. It's really hard to secure it. It's a fucking stupid map. I don't understand why Blizzard hate us, but they don't want us to make three bases. That's their point. Splitting up my marines. I know that these marines are gonna die. It's just it's obvious, isn't it? But he isn't very. It's really hard for him to defend at two places. Stimming my marines, running in, killing an overlord, and killing some drones, which is pretty good. Not ending up killing this hatchery, but at the same time I'll stim and run in. His attention is diverted to a totally different edge of the map, and I think I'll be able to take this out. Now my 3-3 is going to finish approximately the same time as his, just a bit after, so we'll be even on upgrades. But what's important, we're getting 3-3 upgrades. In addition to staying even with your opponent, is that you do kill structures a whole lot quicker. And with marines trying to kill hatcheries, it's pretty important that they are well upgraded and that they can take spine crawler hits, for instance. And I just keep moving around my map here. You can see I'm saturating my 4th base now. Income wise, I should be catching up with him as soon as I drop my mules here and get my holy crap, that's a lot of SCVs. And just about right there. Could be I should leave some SCVs here, but I'll eventually clear that up. Okay, moving out with some more SCV marines, stimming and going straight for the hatch. And now I really think I didn't have to make these medevacs, but as you can see, I'm dying quickly, and I'm 40 supply behind. I've been that the entire game, but he's having real trouble spending his minerals. He's got a great Aspire and some Corruptors. Well, that's gonna make for and the Ultralisk Cavern. This is gonna make for a pretty interesting game. And he ends up killing my 3rd, which was bad news for me and a lot of my SCVs. Although I don't think I needed to have all those SCVs. I don't know how many barracks I have now. I have 11 racks. Don't have any reactors. As you can see, I'm having trouble with minerals, so I'm not going to be able to support much more production facilities. And trying not to queue up any units in production is pretty important. These medevacs are pointless at this time, but I'm still just moving out. As you can see, I'm really behind in supply. 123 to 1, not too bad, but his mineral count is so much higher than mine. He's got a lot of gas. Stimming, killing the Ultralisk Cavern, killing a queen, and he's making only Zerglings, and killing the hatchery. And you'll see our supply. Well, he's gonna kill a lot of my and I'm 40 supply behind again. It looks pretty bad for me. But what I'm doing is I'm just keeping his base number down. Now if I can keep him on, well, mining isn't his biggest problem, it'll be production. Actually, if I were him, I would put like 4 hatcheries here so I could produce. Rebuilding my 3rd, which will be my 4th now. And then just going in, stimming, and I'm gonna kill another hatchery. I'm pretty sure I'll have time. You see these marines now have ridiculous DPS. And oh my lord, I'm dying so bad. Well, at the time being, it's not looking too good, is it? I'm struggling for mining, and as you can see, doing drops with 8 marines at a time, it really isn't as efficient as it as you want it to be at this point of the game. Just because he's got 70 harvesters, and we can look at the production tab because people ask me to put the production tab up. You'll see that I'm making pure marine, and now I'm just going about dropping. This actually does quite a lot of damage to him because he does lose like maybe lost 6, 8. Yeah, I think he probably lost like 8 or 10 drones there. It was pretty good. Lost some marines and lift off. I didn't want to suicide those marines into those oh boy, Brood Lords. Oh my, that's bad news. Well, at the same time, I think I'll drop his main and 3 SCVs decide to go on a suicide mission. I have no idea how they got there. Interesting. Dropping his main, killing his queen, and about to kill his greatest fire, and his attention is diverted. Oh boy, he's got infestors. I should have seen these broodlords. I didn't see them when I was on the map because I was busy with microing this. If I'd seen these broodlords, I would have sniped them easily with these marines, but then I didn't. The fungal growths, it's pretty annoying. Hate fungal growth. And I just stim, run up, and see if I can't kill another attribute. Try to spread my marines because I know he has infestors now. And as you can see, he's cleaning up again. Looking at the supplies, what is supply ahead of me? I got 3,000 gas. See, I'm glad I'm not gathering gas. You have too few harvesters here, and I have about enough there, so I should probably be transferring from... I should actually be dropping some mules there, but, well, I just did. There you go. I see the broodlords, so I decided to make some Vikings. I think this was a poor decision, to be honest. I lift up a lot of marines here, and well, I guess it's about time to do some serious damage. Now, my point of where I think Urfi, my Zerg opponent, made a huge mistake was going broodlords and infestors. There is just no way for him to keep up with the mobility of my medevac marine. And you'll see now that I have a medevac marine force here, and I have a medevac marine force here, and he is here. There's absolutely no way he's going to be able to defend these two bases. As you can see, I'm dropping here, I'm dropping here, and what can he do? He can pull all his drones and then just counter-attack, and I don't think this is a very nice move at all. Killing this base, killing this base. Oh, he killed my force as well. But what ends up happening here is that I kill all his production facilities. As you can see, I'm going to kill his infestation pit. I'm going to kill his third base. Marines are just chewing through the Zerglings. Let's see what happens here. And where are his forces? Here they are. He's got one Baneling, some infestors, and broodlords. And I have Vikings and my marines not well positioned. They should have been in their bunkers and split up. And as you can see, this is going to this isn't the right army composition. You need to have something that can buffer and take damage. And killing his hive, killing his expansion here, and he says just play Marians and win LOL. And I tell him that, well, it's not as easy as you might think, to be honest, and it wasn't. But I did win the match, and he said NC. I have no idea what that means. But I think it was a good game. It was a fun match. I'm gonna make more videos, so just stay tuned. Watch me while I'm streaming. It's on justin.tv/NicoLocoSC2. Join me on Twitter. It's NicoLocoSC2. You know my YouTube account is pretty retarded. My blog is nicolocosc2.wordpress.com. All those links are in the description down below. Stay tuned, guys.